Email blast campaigns are a great way to gain a new niche in customer acquisition. Now, if you're anything like me, you're an old dog. You're an old dog, and you've learned old school methods, or you might be new, but you work for a company or for a manager who is pretty old school. And so this is a comment that I hear quite often. I hear, yeah, don't send emails, don't do emailing. Emails don't work. I hear this constantly. And you know who I hear it from? I hear it from people who don't email. Why would you ever listen to somebody who doesn't practice the very thing that's being promoted? That's like, somebody who doesn't run. Running doesn't help. Somebody who doesn't lift weights. Lifting doesn't help. Somebody who doesn't, do shakes or, smoothies. Yeah, eating healthy doesn't work. I don't listen to people who don't even try or attempt to do something, especially if it's been 50 years. When I first came into sales business, we didn't even have emails. And so, there were certain rules of, that we live by, like, hey, when you are making calls on a Monday, we need to get that appointment so that we could see somebody in person. Well, one of the main reasons was, I couldn't get a signed agreement, a signed contract over the phone. I couldn't get cash over the phone. I couldn't get a check over the phone. And so I couldn't close a deal over the phone. Well, even while I was first starting some, 27 years ago, things started to change. They came out with this thing called a fax machine. And you know what we could do? We could actually fax a contract over. They could sign it and fax it back. So you know what? Voila, technology worked. We could use faxes to actually close deals over the phone. The other thing that started to change was credit cards. Taking credit cards over the phone became a really big deal. I remember when we would print our business cards. And you know what we did not put on the business cards? We did not put our cell phone. We did not put our emails. Why? Well, when I first started, cell phones cost about $5 a minute. So the last thing you were going to do was send out your cell phone to everybody by putting it on your business card. Well, you know what? Technology and times have changed. Everybody puts their cell phone on a business card now. The other thing that changed was emails. When it first came out, oh my gosh, you know what might happen if I put my email on my business card? People might email me. And what happens if too many people email me? Well, that was one of the things that's changed since I started in sales 27 years ago. Well, one of the things that really needs to be adjusted is how we get customer acquisition through email marketing campaigns. Look, we're still learning. We're still growing. How does this actually work? And so, there's companies out there right now that are, out there to help us, MailChimp and ClickFunnels and, messaging, social media that'll help us to actually do free customer acquisition through email blast campaigns. And so I'm a huge proponent. Every time I send out my email blast, and what I mean by email blast, I don't mean just random cold email lists. I haven't really attempted that. I'm talking about, every week I'm going out and I'm meeting people and I'm collecting business cards and I'm getting emails, and, it just doesn't take very long for an active salesperson to have, 500 emails in their own personal database. And so I'm talking about emailing to people who I know, people who I've met. These are warm emails. And so these are people who should be somewhat familiar with who I am and who my company is. And so it's real simple. You know what? All you have to do is try. Just send out emails. One of the things, you ask for what you want. If you want appointments, ask for appointments. Every time I send out email blasts and I ask for appointments, I get appointments. Wouldn't you like to start your Monday morning? Start your Monday morning with a couple appointments already in the book because you did an email campaign on a Friday or a Saturday morning. You wake up Saturday morning, cup of coffee, send out some emails. On Monday, when you start work and you're getting ready to do some phone calls to book your week, you already have appointments there. What I love about emails is, just in the subject line, you can get their attention without them even having to open it up. And so, you can ask those key questions, are you covered? What if, ... Whatever, you figure it out. You can put links in your email blasts. And so you can put links to additional flyers, additional videos. And so this is a great way to get information out in a nice, simple way. As head of a school system, a school district, most people don't realize, but as superintendent, I was actually the CEO of our organization. We had 7 different schools. We had 4 different sites or locations, and I had 7 departments that I had to oversee. Now, before I started that, I was not an expert in transportation. I was not an expert in IT, but as head of the school, I had to, understand and know about deferred maintenance for school buses. I had to know and understand about our IT department. I had to learn about facilities and management and lawnmowers, and I had to do curriculum review from kindergarten to 12th grade, every single grade, reading, writing, arithmetic, math, science. I had to review all of this information. Well, I didn't have time to sit down and meet with sales reps all day. And so for me, the best way for me to get a jump and a start was to look at emails. In fact, I would, tell my secretaries, because at each school I had a different secretary, and I would just tell them, look, these are things and information that I need to know. I need to learn about laptops. I need to learn about iPads. I need to learn about, uniforms for our sports teams. Have them send me a link. Have them send me a video, something I can read and understand in 3 to 5 minutes. And that's what I did at night. I would do that late at night. Again, cup of coffee. I could stay up late nights and just review. So, video links are a great way to give information. Great flyers. If you have an organization or a company that has great collateral material, you just, you don't send out 10 flyers. You just send out 1, and then you just have a real, short, specific message in the body. You can get email lists as well. There's different companies out there that will sell you email lists. I don't know how reliable they are. I've used them a couple times, and honestly, it's been so. I prefer to use the emails from people that I've met. Also, that way that it's not any kind of spamming that I'm doing. It's all opt-in. It's all, again, personal contact. But at the end of the day, I am a strong proponent for email campaigns. I believe in them. It's not everything. Just like calling isn't everything, just like dropping isn't everything. But if you have a 3-tiered system of dropping, of calling, and emailing, networking, then you will get new customers.